Great day, amazing humans. Yes, welcome to Empowering Bites. This is where we keep it short and sweet. But who is the we? Well, the we is me, Nkechi, and
I'm Gaby with 1B. Pleased to be the co-host of these Empowering Bites where we keep it short and sweet.
E to the A to the B to the what? Mamone! That is Gaby 1B Mamone. Let's go, girl. Let the show begin. Great day, amazing humans. Yes, welcome to the next episode of Empowering Bites. And for those of you that are watching on our YouTube channel, because we have a YouTube channel now, you are going to see us live. So if you're on audio and you're feeling a little bit of FOMO, head over to the YouTube channel and check it out because we look good today. And so, as you know, it's Empowering Bites. And so I got my girl, the G to the A to the B to the Y to the Mamone with me today. Gaby Mamone. Gaby 1B.
Oh, thank you for that intro. Thank you very much. You know, if you say it with like an Italian flair, you can like roll it off your tongue like mamone. Yeah.
I have to say Roberta Yanachito. What was her name? Yanachito. Anyway, she was the provost at TMU. Very Italian. I love her name.
Oh, that's nice.
It'll
come to you after.
Yeah, after. Yeah. So as you can see, if you're listening, we're going to tell you that there's another person with us today. So Gaby, why don't you let us know who this other amazing human is?
Oh, yes. Natalie Haynes. Natalie Haynes is really one of my favorite humans.
Oh.
She embodies a powerhouse woman. She is a mom. She is an entrepreneur. She's a psychotherapist. She's a speaker. She's a course creator. The list goes on. In fact, I feel like I'm going to get Natalie to introduce herself in a moment. But, you know, the premise of this podcast is Empowered in My Skin. And let me tell you, Natalie embodies this fully. So what a treat today. Natalie, welcome.
Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you. Thank you, Gaby. Thank you, Nkechi. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm like, wow, one of your favorite humans. You're one of my favorite humans.
You're awesome.
No, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy to be with the two of you again. And I feel fluttery inside from hearing that.
You feel loved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love feels
definitely
flirty.
Feel loved. Mm-hmm.
You're very easy to love. So Natalie is with us because she was the second place winner at the recent Amplify Your Voice. What you don't call it a competition, but you call it a what?
It's a friendly competition.
Friendly competition.
Showcase,
let's just be real. It was a competition. Somebody won.
Yeah. When I tell people it was a competition, they're like, why didn't you tell me it was a competition?
It was a competition. Somebody won and some people didn't. But everyone was winner gang now. But Natalie was second place. And as such, we said, oh my gosh, I got to get her on the podcast, on the Empowering Bites as a second place prize. And here you are. We're doing it.
I love it.
So I'd love to, first of all, just talk to you about what that experience was like. And maybe because we've had this really great conversation, because at first she was like, I'm new to speaking. And then after I find out, not only does she speak all the time, but she runs workshops. And she talks a lot. So
yeah, I talk a lot.
So, but maybe tell us what was unique about the experience for you and what that was like and what it opened up for you.
Well, the Amplify Your Voice program, as soon as it was announced, I knew that I was going to take it with Gaby because of her expertise and her experience. And I also knew that becoming a keynote speaker was something that I wanted to add to my toolbox. I do speak, I do workshops, and I would say hasn't been formalized. And I knew that doing Gabby's, and I'd heard I was the second cohort, but I knew that taking this program would really give me the foundation that I needed and the exposure to the mentors and how to, properly write a speech, like the technical aspects, just so that I had it in my background. Because even when I speak, I don't always, I have my bullet points. I know what I'm going to say, but I really go with what, I stay with what I'm feeling, and that guides me. Mm-hmm. So, but I really wanted to have the, just the guidance that I knew Gabby would provide. And that was exceptional. It was exceptional. And then to actually go on stage and, that whole evening was so amazing. And you could see all the effort and the detail that was put into it. It was just wonderful. It was wonderful. So yeah, I love the whole program.
So Gabby, can you share a little bit about when you first met Natalie at the beginning of the program, even though you may have known her before, but when you met her at the beginning of the program to what you saw her become at the end, what did that journey look like?
Yeah, Natalie definitely changed through the program. And what I mean by that is we had a conversation at the beginning about what her goals are. And she shared she was quite vulnerable and shared kind of where she was at. And even the week before the recital, we had a dress rehearsal, in-person dress rehearsal. And maybe Natalie, do you want to share a little bit about what happened at that dress rehearsal?
Yeah. So I got in my head. Like I popped, I'd gone to I had written, I don't know, about 5 or 6 versions of my speech. And, so by the time I actually had it, to the point where I wanted it, I memorized it. I was saying it all the time. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this dress rehearsal. It's going to be amazing. And I got up there and I forgot it and stumbled. And I think what was supposed to be like 3 minutes or 6 minutes, I think I was 8 or something like that, probably more. And so, but I knew, I don't know why, but I know I do know why. I knew that I just needed to go back and keep practicing, and just because I knew that that's what I was going to do on the night. Mm-hmm. I knew.
Yeah. Natalie, the commitment and the dedication that you showed was superb. Part of the program is, we have constant communication in WhatsApp, and she would leave me voice notes and we would respond and we would jump on the call. And we have some private coaching sessions as well. But, Natalie really showed up, like she committed herself. But what was also so motivating and inspiring about Natalie Inc. is that she had a message. She had a powerful message that she was determined to share with the world. So she just needed to craft and hone in on that keynote speech so that she now can take it. And that is exactly what happened that night. So the beautiful Natalie that I saw transform before my eyes, I was a proud mama in that audience. Like,
it was beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful. But this is what I would really love the listeners to hear is why Natalie chose that story, why Natalie chose that speech. So Natalie, can you share a little bit about the uncomfortable conversations piece? Because I think that's what people want to hear as well.
Yes. So thank you for that. One of the important, I'm a psychotherapist, and my journey in psychotherapy was, I did a lot of therapy. I did a lot of my own work. And the kind of program that I did is called Gestalt. It's very experiential. So it's about being in your body and being in the moment. And one of the things that I learned, and that, you come up against a lot of things in therapy. One of the things that I learned was my relationship to my race, to my skin color, wasn't a good one. And I didn't realize that it was what this relationship was. I didn't become aware of it until I started to go through this process where I started to explore what I was feeling, experience my emotions, know what happened in my body, and really face those parts of myself that I had disowned because the feelings were too uncomfortable. And that's what happens with all different aspects of ourselves. We have parts of ourselves that we don't like, and we will avoid them, keep them at bay, because in order to actually embody all of ourselves, we actually have to face it. And we have to know what was the reason that I disowned this part of myself in the first place. So what I realized with, when George Floyd was murdered, and there was all of this, people couldn't connect. That's what I would see. There was no place for connection. And I knew through what I've learned through my psychotherapy practice that people just need to know how to feel what they need to feel in order to be able to embody that part of them again, especially their racial self, their racial identity. It's our skin. Yeah. It's the biggest organ on our body. We need to know what's the psychological connection that I have to that part of myself, because how I see myself automatically relates to how I see someone else who is different, automatically. And so until we know ourselves, we won't know, how do I see the other person? What have I internalized? What haven't I become aware of? It will cloud our judgment. It will cloud our vision. And so that speech, that's what I wanted to share, that it is possible to have uncomfortable conversations about race, because once you lean into that aspect of the emotions and really knowing how to feel emotions, because a lot of people don't know how to feel their emotions. It's just very difficult. It's physically uncomfortable. We think it's going to be terrible. That stops people right in their tracks. And so I wanted to give that message that it's possible. And once we actually face it, on the other side of it is a whole new understanding of yourself and a whole new understanding of the person who's actually in front of you. And you can access all of that through your body, through just being with the discomfort that comes up. So that was really my message. And and I don't know, you were so wonderful, Gaby, and patient in helping me to hone it. I knew what I wanted to say, but it had to be very crystal clear and very succinct. Because I could talk a lot for a long time about this. I could talk for a long time.
And I really love it. And I love what you actually said right now is like, that's why it's actually empowered in my skin. Because the truth be told, unless I'm looking at the mirror and I physically look at my, I don't see my skin. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And everything I know that I feel or how I connect with this world starts from within. So I really, I really resonated with your, and this is what I'm going to say, like, universally, Gaby happened to pick me to be the second person, the judge that was going to deliver the second place win. And then when it was you, I just knew that I couldn't just stand there and not sort of acknowledge how, powerful I felt that was, and really wanting the audience to not leave there without really considering their role in normalizing race, right? Like, we all play a role, but it starts from within. It starts from within ourselves, right? Like, really figuring out what it is your relationship, with that, with your own skin, And it's interesting because, maybe Gaby, you can. I actually. So I interviewed a white human on this podcast, and one of the questions I ask at the end is, "What does it mean to be empowered in your skin?" And it was actually the first time I've ever really experienced that, because I think they got a little bit confused because they had taken for granted that they're in skin because it's white.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when people think about skin, they think pretty much dark skin. Like, people first think about dark skin versus we all are in skin.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so Gaby, I'd love to know, I know I've interviewed you, but what does being in your skin mean to you?
You're asking me, sorry, or
Yeah.
Natalie?
No,
Myself?
yeah.
Oh gosh. Being in my skin means that I can look at myself from a place of non-judgment and love who I am.
Mhm.
So, in my case, I could easily say I have a disability, I am this, I am that, and give myself some negative self-talk. Whereas I could really reframe that. And I'm empowered to have a disability. I'm empowered to be a mom. I'm empowered. Like, I'm so confident in my own skin. And so if someone wants to judge me, then that's okay. That's their choice, and they don't need to be in my circle or on the outside of my imaginary circle that's around me. So yeah, it's loving who I am and embracing the gifts that I was born with.
Thank you. And Natalie, as a parting message, you have this mic. It's going out to, on this platform, we're working to empower a billion people to think in ways that are empowering, because empower people. So beyond this conversation that we have here, your power is what the person that's listening to this, what they do next. Yeah. So what's the parting message that you like to transcend through this and through the listener, so that the conversation that they have after they listen to you empowers the next human?
Well, I loved what you both shared, and I was like, oh, I want to say. So I'm gonna say, because I do think that this is important for everybody. Every single one of us has created some kind of relationship to our skin. We may not know what it is. And it's either been what people have told us that we are, and we have integrated that somehow, or ingested it without our awareness, or we haven't talked about it at all, and we've ingested that message. And so if we are seeing ourselves, or if the meaning of our skin is based on what is out there, is what is outside of ourselves, is what was created in order to keep us separate, if that's how we define ourselves, we won't really know our full self. We won't know our full self. Like, I've had people in my program who are white, and they say, they're like, oh, I'm ashamed to be white. I'm like, but don't be ashamed to be white. It's your skin. I don't want to be ashamed to be Black. You should not be ashamed to be white. You can feel this pool that we have been dropped into, where we've all been categorized, and we haven't seen each other fully. But if we stay in that place that there's something wrong with me because of my skin color, we're not changing anything. It doesn't matter what color we are. It doesn't matter. So it's important for everybody to know, what is the relationship that I have with my skin. Mine was that I didn't want to be Black. I had to come to face with those feelings. For someone else, when they're thinking about this conversation about DEIB, if they're coming at this like, I don't want to be white, how are they going to move through the world? We're not empowering people to be in their own bodies, because if they fully are in their own body, and they're like, wait a second, I'm just another being like you, then we can do something. Then we can connect.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. Wow, that was great. I love that.
Natalie, if someone wants to learn how to have an uncomfortable conversation about race, how do they reach you?
They can reach me through Instagram. They can reach me through LinkedIn. I think I've sent all my information with all the links and all of that.
Show notes. Perfect.
But I just launched a new Udemy program, so you can find me on Udemy also.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've done a smaller, compact version of my program that is for leaders. So it's called Beyond Respect, Inclusive Leadership in Race Conversations.
Wow, I love that. I'm going to look at that. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it just got launched. So it's really new. So yeah, I would love it if people would look at it, review it. And it's totally about coming at this from a somatic relational perspective. So a lot of the exercises are about being in your skin and noticing, what does it feel like to be in my skin? Because that's where the information about who we are lies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
It's like,
that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's
beautiful.
all in there. We just have to slow down and connect. And that's what my course is about.
I'm
That's
going to try it
great.
out. And I'm part of my Black Employee Resource Group at my company, so I will also share it with them.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I just realized I made an error in how I introduced it. I said, how can someone reach you if they want to have an uncomfortable conversation about race? I'm so sorry. If they want to have a comfortable conversation about race. Conversations should not be uncomfortable. They should be comfortable. So that was a slip on my end. So thank you for allowing me to correct that.
Awesome.
Well, it's great. Yeah. I have another cohort starting in October. If people are interested in that, as a 6-week experiential program.
Excellent.
But the short bite-sized one, it's a way to get a snippet of what it's about.
Awesome. Well, we'll put all the information, all the links, especially this Udemy one. And Natalie, it's been amazing. Congratulations again. It was such an honor to present you with second place. It's been such an honor to actually hear more of your story today. And I know this will not be the last that we're connecting.
Yes, for sure.
And Gaby, as always, girl, we have to say goodbye, but this is where I say I'm Ink and
I'm Gaby with 1B.
And we're out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.